Hello everyone, welcome back to EduTap. I hope you're doing good. Today we'll be continuing with our finance MCQ series and today we'll be solving a very important chapter of Fintech. We'll be covering all the important concepts, let it be CBDC or regulatory sandbox, which are now and then in news. So I assure you that if you stay with me for the next 10 to 15 minutes, you will be able to understand what all these terms are. So let's begin the session. Before beginning the session, we at EduTap have a very good news for you. We understand that you as an aspirant spend a lot of time finding the answers to the most common queries. Let it be about the exam, the strategy, the right resources to follow, the cutoffs which were prevailing, or let it be the in-hand drawn salary, everything. And all these informations are not available handy in a grouped or a clubbed way. And this consumes a lot of time and delays your preparation. So we are making this very easy for you and we present you the guidebook of RBI Grade B and SEBI Grade A, which would answer all your common queries in the most prompt manner, and you can directly move towards your preparation without delaying further time. This guidebook is absolutely free of cost and you can download this from the description link given below. If you are new to our YouTube channel, do press the bell icon to receive the latest updates and join our Telegram channel to receive the PDFs of the session. Now let's begin today's session. Before beginning today's session, yesterday we solved questions on risk management, and this was the homework question which asked you to calculate the capital ratio in the given condition. The correct answer is 10%. Okay. Now let's move ahead and solve the first question on neobanks. This question asks you which of the following statement is or are true about a neobank. It says, is neobank a bank which does not have a physical branch? Examples include Chime Simple. They give customers cheaper alternative to traditional bank. They are also called challenger banks, or all of the above. The correct answer to the question is all of the above. Now, let us understand what are neobanks in detail. See, basically, the term neobank started gaining popularance after COVID, or you could say from the year of 2017. ठीक है? क्या होने लगा? The traditional banking system, ठीक है? The traditional banking systems, they are heavily dependent on branches. They are, labor intensive, and they consume a lot of consumers' time and huge amount of cost is involved. But on the other hand, what is a neobank? A neobank is a bank which is completely virtual, which means it operates digitally. Okay? It operates digitally. Digital mode में operate करता है, which also means that these banks do not have any physical branch. Please keep in mind that no physical branch. ठीक है? These do not have any physical branch present. So what was the main motive behind starting neobank? The main motive to start neobank was to smoothen the process for the customers. इसका ऑब्जेक्टिव था कि कस्टमर्स के ट्रांजैक्शंस को स्मूदन आउट करना. So neobank, what does neobank does? It uses the latest technologies or fintech technologies, and it provides you banking service using a mobile application. ठीक है? So you can ask me, ma'am, ये तो digital banking में भी हो रहा था. Then what is the difference between digital banking and neo banking? See, you can understand this. That see, as I said you just now, that neo bank has no physical branch. ठीक है? It operates completely on online mode using fintech technologies. But what is a digital bank on the other hand? Digital bank are the digital outlets. किसका? Of a licensed bank which are already present physically. याद रखना कि जो digital banks है वो ऑनलाइन मोड्स है लाइसेंस्ड बैंक्स के, ठीक है। लाइसेंस्ड बैंक, लाइसेंस्ड बैंक के ऑनलाइन मोड्स में ये सर्विस प्रोवाइड करें। बट ऑन द अदर हैंड नियो बैंक क्या करता है, इट डज नॉट हैव एनी फिजिकल प्रेजेंस, दीज ऑपरेट कंप्लीटली ऑन अ ऑनलाइन मोड। तो इससे क्या बेनिफिट होता है कि द कॉस्ट is reduced drastically. The customer fees charged is also reduced. So these banks specially target tech savvy people, rich class of people. And these banks keep in mind use data. ठीक है? They use data to derive to certain conclusion. मतलब instead of just using 2-3 data points, they judge customers on the actions they take and they group them. ठीक है? These neobanks of late have also started providing, cryptocurrency, crypto services as well. There are a lot of neobanking platforms which provide you with cryptocurrency services as well. इसके अलावा you would have seen that in case of a traditional banking system, let's say you want to activate international payment, let's say in case of your debit card, if you want to activate the international payment of your debit card, you have to go to the branch and request them to do so. But in case of neobanks, by using their cards at the current exchange rate, you can use these cards and make international payments. So this is the biggest advantage of neobank, that it provides you, the onboarding process is very easy. The KYC is done immediately. सब कुछ आपके minutes में solve हो जाती issue. So this is the biggest advantage of a neobank. But again, since these banks are new, they are not trusted more. Unlike the normal licensed banks which are very popular in our economy, these banks lack the trust, and right now these cannot operate as per RBI. इनको अभी लाइसेंस नहीं मिला, क्योंकि RBI क्या कहता है, in order to get license you have to have physical presence. So either they have to ask RBI to give them the license, or work with licensed bank to provide the services. Can you give me an example of a bank, licensed bank, which is in agreement with these neobanks? Do let me know this in the comment section. Okay, this is what all about neobanking is. So how does it differ? This is the differentiation which you should wholly remember. Okay, now let's move to the second question. It asks that dash are instruments which are charged by paying some amount, and post that they can be used to do the transaction. Is it bond? Is it equity? Is it debt, PPI, or none of the above? The correct answer to the question is option D. What are PPIs? PPIs are prepaid instruments. ठीक है? PPIs are prepaid instruments. ठीक है? So what do you mean by prepaid instrument? Chalo, let us understand what is a PPI. So PPIs or prepaid instruments are those instruments wherein you have to pay the amount, or you have to put the amount in these PPIs, and eventually after that you can use this in the purchasal of goods and services and other services. So which is the best example of PPI? Paytm, Google Pay. Okay. These are examples of PPI wherein you have to recharge the wallets, and then you can use them for making transactions at various merchant stores, buy tickets, send amount to your relatives, remittance या transfer जिसको कहते हैं. Now these PPIs are of 3 types. ठीक है? Open system, semi-closed system, and closed system. Let us understand each of them in detail. Now, what is an open system PPI? The best example for open system PPI is the debit card or the credit card, okay, that we are using. Using these cards, you can make payments at various merchant stores. You can withdraw cash. This is the best example of a open PPI. Now, what is a semi-closed PPI system? Now, in case of a semi-closed PPI system, irrespective of who is issuing, let it be a banking entity or a non-banking entity, you cannot withdraw the money from these accounts. You can just, you know, use it to buy services and goods, which is the best example. You can take the example of Yono app. Okay. Now, what is a closed PPI system? Closed PPI system may be like semi-closed. You cannot withdraw cash. Okay. Cash withdrawal is not possible. And please remember, these cannot be used everywhere. This has a end user who is specific. In case of a closed PPI, the end user मतलब जिसके अकाउंट में पैसा जाएगा वो यूजर कह लो या द मर्चेंट थर्ड पार्टी, ठीक है, is fixed. In case of, please keep in mind कि semi closed systems में भी you can use उन्हीं मर्चेंट अकाउंट्स में जहां पे द इशुअर हैज एन एग्रीमेंट, ठीक है. मतलब अगर किसी एक स्टोर में इश्योर का अग्रीमेंट नहीं है तो वहां आप सेमी क्लोज्ड पीपीआई को यूज नहीं कर सकते. बट ऑन द अदर हैंड क्लोज्ड पीपीआई का बेस्ट एग्जांपल मान लो गिफ्ट कार्ड्स, ठीक है. गिफ्ट कार्ड्स आर द बेस्ट एग्जांपल ऑफ क्लोज्ड पीपीआई, ठीक है. क्या है गिफ्ट कार्ड? कि यू कैन यूज दीज कार्ड्स ओनली एट अ सर्टेन प्लेस. हर जगह ये यूज नहीं हो सकता. यू कैन नॉट विथड्रॉ कैश फ्रॉम दीज गिफ्ट कार्ड, है ना. एंड मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंटली ये जो है, कीप इन माइंड दैट इन केस ऑफ अ क्लोज सिस्टम, ये जो होता है ना, ये आरबीआई इसको ध्यान नहीं देती क्योंकि कैश विड्रॉल वगैरह कुछ नहीं कर सकते. तो यू कैन जस्ट use it on a very specific places. I hope you understood what are PPIs. Let's move to the third question. This question is about regulatory sandbox. Okay. So the question asks that which of the following products or services are permitted under the regulatory sandbox? Is it retail payment, or it is money transfer, marketplace lending, digital KYC, or all of the above? The correct answer to the question is all of the above, that all of these services are provided by regulatory sandbox, ठीक है. सबसे पहले we'll understand what is a regulatory sandbox. See, in 2016, ठीक है, in July 2016 to be specific, RBI formed, ठीक है, a inter-regulatory working group, ठीक है. This working group had to look into the aspects of fintech in detail, ठीक है, and they suggested this system of regulatory sandbox, ठीक है. याद रखना ये पॉइंट सबसे पहले तो. And what is a regulatory sandbox? See, regulatory sandbox is an environment which provides you live testing of various services and products. ठीक है, ये क्या है? एक live testing environment है. It is a live testing environment wherein products and services can be tested. And who provides these environments? These environments are provided by the regulatory bodies. And these regulatory bodies, they give certain, relaxations for a certain period of time to the people who are involved in this regulatory sandbox. दो तीन चीजें याद रखनी है रेगुलेटरी सैंडबॉक्स के बारे में कि these regulatory sandbox are cohort based है, and the number of people who can participate in these cohorts are limited. ठीक है, ये लिमिटेड नंबर है. और एंड प्लीज रिमेंबर दैट ईच रेगुलेटरी सैंडबॉक्स इज अ थीम बेस्ड सैंडबॉक्स, ठीक है. ये एक थीम बेस्ड सैंडबॉक्स है. चलो, ये क्यों हेल्प करती है सबसे पहले समझते हैं. लेट इट बी द इन्वेंटर, लेट इट बी द रेगुलेटरी बॉडी, लेट इट बी कस्टमर्स. और फिनेंशियल सर्विस प्रोवाइडर्स, उनको क्या हेल्प मिलता है रेगुलेटरी सैंडबॉक्स से? रेगुलेटरी सैंडबॉक्स, इट प्रोवाइड्स अ एनवायरनमेंट ऑफ लाइव टेस्टिंग. यूजुअली क्या होता है, व्हेन वी हैव टू रोल आउट न्यू प्रोडक्ट्स इन द मार्केट, इट कंज्यूम्स लॉट ऑफ मनी एंड टाइम. ठीक है. अब क्या है, विद द हेल्प ऑफ रेगुलेटरी सैंडबॉक्स, the regulators can come to know about how a particular emerging technology in the fintech domain is working, what is the feasibility. उनके पास एक टेस्टेड प्रूवन रिपोर्ट होता है जो उनको हेल्प करता है प्रोडक्ट को फर्दर लॉन्च करने में. ठीक है. इसके अलावा इन रेगुलेटर्स का डिपेंडेंसी जो है वो इंडस्ट्री में बहुत कम हो जाता है, क्योंकि दे आर प्रोवाइडिंग अ वेल ऑर्गेनाइज्ड इकोसिस्टम थ्रू दिस रेगुलेटरी सैंडबॉक्स. ठीक है. तो दिस इज व्हाट रेगुलेटरी सैंडबॉक्स इज. तो ये समझना कि ये एक फेज्ड मैनर में होता है और इसका टाइम लिमिट, यूजुअली टाइम लिमिट इज restrained to 6 months, but it depends on the type of sandbox or the type of innovation which is being involved. So you have to now tell me that which entities, or rather you have to tell me what should be the net worth of the people who can, of the business actually, to participate in this regulatory sandbox. तो मेन एम था रेगुलेटरी सैंडबॉक्स का, जो लेटेस्ट टेक्नोलॉजीज आ रही हैं फिनटेक डोमेन में, उनको एक लाइव टेस्टिंग प्लेटफॉर्म देना जिससे वो समझ पाए व्हाट इज द फीजिबिलिटी, अ ट्रस्टेड रिपोर्ट can be given and customers can be provided with better service. ठीक है. And now moving ahead, this question asks which of the services are permitted in regulatory sandbox. See, retail payments, money transfer, marketplace lending, digital KYC, wealth management, smart contraction, all these are permitted activities under regulatory sandbox. ठीक है. And there are few activities which are not permitted under the ambit of regulatory sandbox. क्या है? Credit registry, credit का information, cryptocurrency is not allowed in regulatory sandbox. ठीक है. क्रिप्टो एसेट का सर्विसेज, ट्रेडिंग, मतलब पूरा क्रिप्टो सेगमेंट इज नॉट अलाउड इन रेगुलेटरी सैंडबॉक्स. ठीक है. कॉइन ऑफरिंग है, चेन मार्केट सर्विसेज है, and any product which these regulatory authority, any regulatory authority, let it be RBI, SEBI, PFRDA or IRDI, each of them, अगर उनने किसी प्रोडक्ट को बैन किया है तो वो सर्विसेज इसमें इंक्लूड नहीं होंगी. ठीक है. I understood. I hope you understood what is regulatory sandbox. Now let's move to the fourth question. The fourth question speaks about CBDC. This is a very hot topic. What is the full form of CBDC? Central Bank Digital Currency. ठीक है. Central Bank का digital currency है. So this question is based on the type of CBDC, which says that this CBDC would be potentially available for the use of all. ठीक है. What is this type of CBDC known as? The correct answer is retail CBDC. तो सबसे पहले समझते हैं कि CBDC होता क्या है, सेंट्रल बैंक डिजिटल करेंसी है क्या. See, as the name suggests, is a digital currency. ठीक है. It is a sovereign currency इशूड किस फॉर्मेट में? डिजिटल फॉर्मेट में. ठीक है. डिजिटल फॉर्मेट में कौन इसको इशू करता है? सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट. दिस इज व्हाट CBDC एक्चुअली इज. और अब कहता है कि व्हाट आर द टाइप्स ऑफ CBDC. ठीक है. एक चीज समझना, इनकी CBDC का दो टाइप होता है. वन इज CBDC रिटेल and one is CBDC wholesale. ठीक है. In case of CBDC retail is available to everyone. Let it be private sector, common people. ठीक है. Each of them can use this retail services. But on the other hand, CBDC wholesale, ठीक है, CBDC wholesale is not available to everyone. It is only for interbank ट्रांजैक्शंस या वेरी रेस्ट्रिक्टेड फाइनेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूशंस के पास, एंड पर्टिकुलरली फॉर होलसेल सर्विसेज। और एक चीज याद रखना, ये जो सीबीडीसी है, इट हैज टू मोड्स ऑफ ऑपरेशन। What are the two modes? The two modes are direct modes and indirect mode. We'll understand them now. There are two modes of operation. Two modes है, क्या है? एक है डायरेक्ट मोड और है एक इनडायरेक्ट मोड, ठीक है? So what happens in case of a direct mode? Direct mode में क्या होता है? The central bank directly controls this CBDC. Whereas in an indirect mode, ये जो सेंट्रल बैंक है वो डायरेक्टली कस्टमर्स के साथ एंगेज नहीं होती. Instead, there is a intermediary. ठीक है? This is what direct and indirect modes of CBDC operations are. ठीक है? Now, before moving ahead, let me remind you that the PDFs of this session will be available within 1 to 2 days in our Telegram channel. So don't forget to join the Telegram channel. Now let's move to the last question. As I said you that regulatory sandbox are theme based. This question asks that what was the theme announced in the fourth cohort under regulatory sandbox. So first cohort कब आया था? In the year 2019. And now you have to let me know the theme of fourth cohort. The correct answer is prevention of mitigation and finance frauds. ठीक है? I hope you understood what is the theme. So please remember the themes of all the cohorts properly. ठीक है? And this is the homework question which asks you again the theme of third cohort under regulatory sandbox. I hope you enjoyed the session. Thank you, and do join the Telegram channel to receive the PDFs, and if you have any query, do contact us on the given number. Thank you.